So if you are part of that group, why would you support institutions subsidized by the states that you live in that are clearly trying to invalidate your vote? Why would you support that? Why would you support leadership that has decided to remove any images of you and your group from all of the archives in the military?
New York, apparently, the Defense Department treating others with respect and judging an individual's commitment to the mission includes a very brazen and comprehensive effort at rewriting history, removing stories that honor people of color and minorities who have served in the past in the U.S. military. Today, the page of the Pentagon's website acknowledging the service of American hero Jackie Robinson displayed a, quote, page not found error message. Jackie Robinson served in the U.S. Army during World War II before he went on to become a baseball legend, breaking the color barrier of Major League Baseball in 1947. The URL of Jackie Robinson's page was updated to include DEI before the story's headline, indicating that it was likely taken down as part of the Trump administration's and Pete Hegseth's purge of everything and anything related to diversity, equity, and inclusion now, yesterday, or all these years ago. Jeff Passan, a baseball columnist for ESPN, noticed that the website had been removed and posted this, quote, "The ghouls who did this should be ashamed. Jackie Robinson was the embodiment of an American hero. Fix this now." There was a removal of video footage of the Tuskegee Airmen in training videos for members of the U.S. Air Force, although they were later put back by the Pentagon after facing a similar backlash. Also returned after being removed was a webpage dedicated to Major General Charles Calvin Rogers, a Black Medal of Honor recipient who served in Vietnam. And reporting in the military news outlet Task and Purpose found the Arlington National Cemetery's website had, quote, scrubbed dozens of pages on grave sites and educational materials that include histories of prominent Black, Hispanic, and female service members buried in the cemetery. Richard.
Why would you support that? A state that supports the leadership of this country, making sure that no one that's in your group looks like you, sounds like you, thinks like you, is able to get promotions in the military.
Well, today, the New York Times is out with explosive new reporting that gives a little insight into the decisions being made at the Pentagon. The Times reports that this month, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is, quote, unilaterally blocking the promotion of 4 Army officers to be one-star generals, something it's not even clear he has the legal authority to do. It's really, really irregular. The Times explained that 2 of the officers targeted by Hegseth are Black and 2 are women. They all had, quote, decades-long records of exemplary service. But Hegseth removed them from a promotion list that consists of about 3 dozen officers, most of whom are white men. The Times is reporting, based on interviews with 11 current and former military officials, 3 of them told the Times about a dust-up last summer. Listen to this. It was between Hegseth's chief of staff, Ricky Burria, and the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll. Now, the Times reports, quote, that Burria chastised the Army Secretary for selecting Major General Antoinette Gant, a combat engineer who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, to take command of the Military District of Washington, located there in D.C. Burria told Driscoll that President Trump would not want to stand next to a Black female officer at military events. I'm going to repeat that. According to the Times, the Chief of Staff to the Secretary of Defense told the Secretary of the Army that the President of the United States would not want to stand next to a Black woman officer at military events. Now, in that one case last year, the Times reports that Driscoll argued with Burria that, quote, the president is not a racist or sexist. Let you be the judge of that. But General Grant did ultimately get the promotion. The same right now cannot be said for the other 4 this month.
Why would you support that?